Good morning, it's me. I'm back. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm so happy to be here on Wednesday, November 4, 10:30 Eastern Time. I go live every Wednesday morning, and even when I'm not live, you can find me on my website at dazzledbystamping.com. While everybody's getting on, ooh, there's a bunch of people on. I just can't see who it is yet. While everybody's getting on, oh, and my computer's still coming up. Hi, Sherry. I see Debbie's here. Hello. I'm getting on my computer, so, and Dina's here. Good morning. And Nancy. I love seeing all you girls. Thanks for coming in and hanging with me every week. I love it. Oops, I'm in the wrong spot here. Hi, Jamie. I've missed you. Do you have today off or something? Hi, Terry. It's been forever since I've seen you, I feel like. Oops, I need to refresh this. And Marsha's here. Good morning. I'm so happy you're here. I have a fun bundle that I'm going to be using today. It's questionable, honestly, whether or not it's available right now. Oh, I forgot my water. I didn't have time to look it up before I got on here, but I saw that there were, there's issues with one of them. You just happen to be off. Oh, good. That works out perfectly. Thanks. Okay, I can see you now on my computer. So one of the bundles isn't available right now, but it will be. But I don't have specifics. I'll have to get that when I get off and look it up and whatever. I can see that Kathy's here. Oops, I don't think that I can see all my comments. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I can see them all. So thank you all for joining me. I'm so happy that you're here. All right, so I'm just gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna start with my randomizer. I have it all loaded up. I have it checked off. Remove name from list after draw. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to do my randomizer. So I have two cards that I'm giving away. They were the Marlene is here. Hello. They were the chubby tree and the skinny tree. That's what I remember anyway. So I'm gonna start my randomizer and see where we go. Sherry Moore, you're my first winner. Woohoo! All right, I need to write it down. All right, my first one, congratulations. And starting my second one. And Marsha Hill, yay, congrats. Okay. I still haven't sent out last week's in case you're wondering. It'll get there. It's just not, I'm just not always quick about it. All right, so you're welcome. Thank you for sharing already, girls. Let's see. Okay, so I have, I'm going to show you actual stamp sets and products quick. And then I'm going to get stamping. Good morning. Thank you, Kristen. How are you? I am great. Is this Kristen or is this Kyra? I assume that it's Kristen because Kyra has her own thing, but just checking. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to show you, so there is, I showed you, wow, I don't know what that means, Dot. Did you have fat fingers there for a sec? I hate when I do that. Okay, so there's a quite curvy variety bundle that has Okay, good. It's good to see you. It's been so long. Quite Curvy variety bundle that has all these things in it. And you actually save 10% on everything. It's not just, you know how Stampin' Up! Always has a bundle price, so when you have a stamp set and dies, or a stamp set and punch, if it's bundled together, you're saving 10%. So this has that. There's a Quite Curvy bundle that will be in the next mini catalog. But then there's also a variety bundle that has all these things in it that you're also saving 10%. So even though it's designer paper, and it's a Christmas stamp set. So anyway, so first I'm going to show you the bundle that will be coming out in the spring. So this is Quite Curvy. This is the stamp set. So my favorite one on here is Thinking of You Makes My Day. I like that. Oh, morning, Dot. I don't know why I couldn't figure out that that's what you were trying to tell me. So here's the stamp set, and then, oh, I have some of the pieces. I'll have to show you two parts to it. Okay, so this is some of the dies that go with this. And then here are the others. This middle one is my favorite, but I realize I don't think I'm even using it on my cards that I'm going to show you today. So these are the dies. So that's the bundle that's available all by itself. You can't get just the dies, you have to get the bundle. Now eventually, obviously, in the mini catalog, they'll be available individually, just like normal catalogs are. Okay, so here's the Curvy Christmas. There's trees, a couple Christmas sayings. There's this tiny little snowflake and stars. I love it. Okay, so, oops, I'm trying to get it not being, I forgot, a glare. Like, what is that word? Sometimes my mind just goes crazy. All right, and now I have the designer paper. I should have had it open. I was being all tidy. I'm trying to keep it clean. It's been now a week and 3 days, and it's not looking, well, this whole area is still looking awesome, but I still have, thanks. You should tell me if you want to get involved in it, Kristen. That sounds awesome. So my organization over here is good, but I have little projects here and there that if I don't stay on top of them, I'm gonna have exactly, Dot. I'm sure that's why I love it. If I don't stay on top of it, I'm gonna get in the weeds again. So I need to get done with my little projects and clean right back up, which I have been doing lately, which makes me feel awesome. It makes me so happy to be creating in a clean, I still have my computer area to do though. So I don't remember what happened the day that I was gonna do it. It's an all day process or 3-day process. Oops. I'm trying to show you all these. Oh, hi, Becky. I'm glad that you're here. How are you? Okay. So these are all the designs. There's, oops, I'm on the wrong side. Trees. I still can't get used to the backwards camera so that you can read things correctly. So there's trees and like branches and dots, of course, and crosshatch, or no, checks. We're going to call that checks, because this back here has the crosshatch right here. And then stars, and these are like kind of like holly leaves, and then stripes or pinstripes or whatever. So they come in the cherry cobbler and shaded spruce and Sahara sand. A little chilly. Okay, you know better than to talk about being a little chilly when we're in Michigan, right, Becky? Come on now. Okay, thanks, Kristen. You have a great day, too. tell your family hi. Okay, so that was the designer paper. So now I'm ready to play. I do have a few things to tell you. The first thing is that you kind of need to, be flexible. I say this because yesterday when I was playing with this, I thought I was cutting one way and I cut another way. And why that matters, I'll show you quick. Well, I'm going to show you on this black. Okay, so with this, obviously you're cutting an edge off and you're adding dots, cutting dots. Well, so I had my cutting edge on the wrong side. So I ended up with, it wasn't quite what I was looking for, but then I totally just went with it and yeah, so I like crisscrossed them, and like some were up at the top and some were at the bottom. I'll show you that card eventually. But I'm going to show you. So I don't want to give away what I'm doing. Okay, so let's pretend these aren't lined up right because where you, we don't know each other, but stamping is considered sanity time. Okay, we're going to pretend that these were lined up in the same spot because depending on how wide your cardstock is and where you put your die on this piece decides where your wave is, where your curve is. But anyway, so every piece that you have, you're going to have this white piece that has the dots, but then you're going to have this cutoff piece too. And the section that I thought was going to be my dots ended up being my cutoff piece. So you just have to either pay attention and or be flexible, and you gotta go with the flow. That's what it comes down to. Seems like there was another tip I was going to tell you and I don't remember, so maybe it will happen. Maybe I'll remember while I'm stamping. Okay, so I'm going to put you down. Oh, hi Rachel, I'm glad that you're here. Okay, I need my, I don't know why I forget this every time. I need my little stars. I need to backwards you and upside down you. And now you can see where I'm stamping. Okay, so what am I starting with? All right, so I'm starting with, this is just a little piece of designer paper from the Classic Christmas designer paper, so it's Sahara Sand, and I decided to pull in Blackberry Bliss. I haven't used it in a while, and then I have white. So I'm going to do my die cutting first, and I need to keep in mind I don't want it too close to, I don't want to cut too far into here because of how my design is, so I need to kind of keep it right here. So I'm going to get this out of the way a second. And grab my machine. Okay, so a good thing to know is, I lost one of my maps. All right, a good thing to know is these dies do fit. Let's see if I can turn it in the camera. They do fit going completely horizontal through the machine. They fit just fine. But if you can line it up well and go this way, it would be a better idea, just so you're getting good cutting. When you go like this, whenever you go straight on, like with a hard edge, then you don't get the same kind of cutting exactly, and that's when you bounce hard. You know how when it makes that loud crack? It still can do that with this machine, but it's a lot better. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is put my Blackberry Bliss on here, and I kind of just want to decide. You can decide, I'll get this in here better. You can decide where on here that you want the curve to be, so you can move it depending on how much, depending on what your design is like, or how big your cardstock is. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on here and run it through. Alright. Oh, and you definitely need... Oh, I did it wrong again. Oh, okay. We are going to... Okay, so this is why you have to be patient and why you have to pay attention. And I forgot, for some reason, okay, so learn from my mistake. Maybe this is just me being ditzy. It's possible. But for some reason, when I look at this, I'll put it on black again so you can see it. When I look at this die, for some reason, I feel like this little pretty edge is facing out. And that's totally not the way. This cut edge is where, this straight edge is where it's going to cut. Duh. I got to see if I can, oh, I have another piece here. I'm gonna do this one. Because I don't, if I cut down anymore, I'm not going to have it. Okay, so look at the, I'm going to get my machine out of the way and show you the difference. You'll learn from my oops by, this one I would have just had to cut more cardstock or change my design, and I'm in front of you guys, so I'm not going to change the design. Okay, so look at the difference between, so this is what it's supposed to look like. But this is how it came out because I had it turned the wrong way. So I needed to turn it this way because this, I need to turn it this way because this side is the cut edge. All right, so I have this other one. There's some stamping on here already, but it's in Blackberry Bliss that you barely can see, so I'm just gonna go with it. But yes, learn from my mistakes. I didn't learn from my own. Maybe you guys can do a better job. Okay, so I'm going to put this back under here. Both of these stamp sets, by the way, are photopolymer, so you definitely want cushion underneath. And anyway, that's the deal. Okay, so I'm going to put this on my card here. Set. All right. Now I'm using the. I have to get it started. This is a new one. I'm using the polka dot side. Well, I figured I had to with that watching, but no, I just wanted something more plain for this design that I had in mind. Okay, it just shows you. You're about to say that I'm human, right? Yes, I am. Okay, so I'm putting this on here. And then, oh, okay, so here's another thing that I would suggest of you. Oh, it's kind of short. I'm just going to pull it in. It'll be okay. Here's another thing that I would suggest of you is wherever your curve is, especially with the design there, I would put adhesive all the way against the curve, because you can't really, unless you use, I guess you could do this, but I'm not going to bother doing it every time. Unless you use adhesive sheets on the back of this before you run it through, there's no, you can't really get adhesive way out there. So you need your adhesive as close as possible to the edge, and so I just kind of go across the whole thing. So I've actually been doing it for kind of the whole piece rather than just the corners. I just feel like it needs it needs more help than usual since you have an edge you can't get to. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. So what I need to focus on right now is making sure that my hole for my design, that this pretty hole isn't showing on the designer paper and the white. I only want to show the designer paper. So I needed to pull it in just a little bit. So I have it just a little bit wider than the card. Okay, so here's my start. All right, now what I want to do, where did I put, here's this and this. I haven't used this in so long, but I'm using Whisper White here. Remember our white ink is Craft Pad, so it is it takes a while to dry, and I gotta make sure I get this right. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp this right here along with the curve, and then I'm gonna come in the other way with it again so that I'm going with the curve. There. Okay, so here's my card so far. Now remember, what I was starting to say, I don't know if I finished it. White Craft Pad takes a while to dry, so you need to keep that in mind. And that's the only way that the white ink comes is in a Craft Pad. It's a pigment ink, so you are able to emboss with it. Heat emboss. And so there's that. Okay, so now what I want on my designer paper side is I'm using Blackberry Bliss. And I'm going to ink up, there's a little Merry Christmas in here. Oh, I forgot. I did it again. All right, I wanted my Merry Christmas to be black because I'm doing snowflakes and Blackberry Bliss. Boy, I'm just showing you how very human I am. Okay, I'm gonna try it, see how it goes. Might end up having to give you my card that I already made. Yes, I know, if I would have used a Stamparatus, I wouldn't have a problem. Oh, good. Okay, I wanted it black. I wanted it to show up well. Okay, but now that that's stamped, I'm going to use this tiny little snowflake on here and just do a few around here. I would do it on the Blackberry Bliss, but it doesn't show up. I stamped my white pine boughs right on top of it and you can't even tell. Okay, so there it is so far. I think that's all the stamping that I'm doing. And I'm gonna flip this over because I get impatient. So you don't want, when you do this, you don't want to slide the card, but you can flip it over and like slide your hand to try to get rid of wetness. Okay, all right, now we're gonna add some pretty stuff. Like, this is already pretty, I know, but I'm being very daring. Well, I don't think that I would have done it if it weren't photopolymer. And there is actually a little bit of a shadow. Excuse me, but I like a shadow, just as long as it's not too dizzying or anything. Okay, so this ribbon, I forgot what this ribbon is called. Let me see if there's a name on it. All I know is gold trimmed, oh, metallic edge ribbon, and it's gold. I figured gold would look better with Sahara sand. So I'm going to tie this on here. I decided to keep my white Whisper White card base though, because I do like a mix of, I like a mix of neutrals, of metals. So Whisper White and vanilla are okay together. I used to think that was horrible. Like when I'd see somebody wearing silver and gold, I'm like, oh, you got to choose one or the other. But you couldn't do it, Jamie. All right. I didn't tell you how to do that. I just did it. Left over right, right over left. And then, where'd my scissors go? They walked away. Just so that all, oh good. Thank you, Carrie. All the Curvy product is available. I don't know what happened with the glitch yesterday. Or if they forgot. I don't know. I think a lot of people loved this and was buying it yesterday. All right. So here's my pretty ribbon. And there's one more thing that I want to add. I just got these in the other day. I showed it to you on a card that somebody else made. And I had to have them. So these are the gold glitter enamel dots. And I am in love with them. So I'm going to slide these off. Put one here. They hang on well to the plastic. And then I want this tiny one down here. So I put some both on the Sahara Sand and the Blackberry Bliss. And I'm done. Thank you for that good news, Carrie. That makes me so happy. I'm like, great. I'm about to show all this and I don't even know if it's available. Okay, so there's one down. And the next one, I designed it totally with the saying in mind that I'm going with. So let me, just a sec. Okay, so I grabbed some, this designer paper is actually from the Stacks. This is from the Regals, where you get, thank you so much. Where you get all of the colors in the stack of designer paper. So this is just from that. So this is from the full catalog. And by the way, I know that I could use the Stamparatus for this, but I didn't want to. I used it for something else that I will show you another time because I'm not showing it. I'm not showing you today because it's going to be a surprise project for my team tomorrow. Okay, so this stamp that I have is in the original stamp set, quite curvy. So I'm using this leaf stamp. And it's definitely bigger than my black. I think that was another thing that I wanted to share with you. So you definitely are going to want either a Stamparatus or you're going to need, when I was first looking at this one, or maybe it was another one I was looking at first. I was looking at this like, I can't use this. I don't want to use that great big F block, or maybe the E would have been okay. The E would have been like this. It might have fit. I didn't want to use that big one. I'm like, Stamparatus. So it's definitely longer than this. This is one of my favorite blocks. This is H, I think. Yeah, H. I know, it will be fun, Sherry. We're going to have a big group. I'm so excited. Excuse me. So I decided still to just use this H block, even though it's hanging off on both ends, because I'm making my card be, it's going to be, I'm stamping this way, so I don't need the full length like this, okay? So I'm just going with this. So I'm doing two things, and I forgot to get scrap paper. Maybe I have some here. Oh, good, I do. Okay. So I'm inking up in Memento again because It's photopolymer, so if you're using black, you need to use Memento, or you need to use non-StazOn, because StazOn is solvent-based, and that's great for helping it to dry quickly on non-porous surfaces like plastic and glass and wood, like finished wood and stuff like that. But to dry quickly, that makes it makes your photopolymer brittle. So if you do use StazOn, you need to make sure that you clean it right away on your photopolymer. Okay, I need to ink this up again and stamp it on scrap. Oops, that didn't look inked well. Perfect. Okay. Now this one is a complete die cut piece. It's not a curve. Well, it is curved, but it's not a curved edge, like you're not cutting the edge off. You're cutting out this piece. So, grabbing the machine again quick. Every time I do that, I drop my plate. There's another card that is my favorite that we're not making tomorrow, Sherry, but it's my favorite, but I didn't want to do this at our team meeting or today because there's lots of die cutting and I just didn't want to cause problems and take a long time. I know lots of people do long videos, but I just don't. Okay, so I mean, I've gotten gabbier actually and take longer, but I don't want them to be hours long. So I'm going to turn it this way so it goes through better. So I'm just trying to line it up. Just totally going to cut out those leaves. This is old olive, by the way. I'm going to put this on top. Oh, and I moved it. Oh, it's okay. I guess I moved the whole thing, not just the die. Have you noticed, if you don't have one of these, how much more smoothly these go through? It's amazing. I love this machine a lot. Okay, so I have this down here. Done there. Okay, so here are my leaves, and now I'm going to put this together here. Is this my piece? I forgot to cut it down. Unless I grabbed the wrong piece. Just double checking. I guess that's it. Okay, I just forgot to cut the width. One moment, please. I thought you had a nuisance. I do. Yeah, the full size Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is now available to order. It is awesome, and you can. It's $120, and unfortunately, it's not available as a half-off item. But if you want to sign up to be on my team, you can get 30% off of it because it is, well, it's $120, and you get to choose $125 of product as your starter kit, and so, but you only pay $99. So, and you don't pay shipping, you only pay tax, so you're saving 30%. So, it's an awesome way to get a cool machine, and then you get to be part of my team and whatever's going on with our team. So I just put my white down. Now I'm going to put my designer paper down here. Oh, I just remembered. we got a tiny, tiny, tiny update on the small Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It is still not available, and everything is taking longer. Stampin' Up's words were they're still confident that it will be available before the full catalog ends, but not by the end of this year, seemingly, like they thought that it would be. Okay, so now I'm going to attach this on here. So I have this piece this is the width of the card. I want it this way. I gotta double check. Thank you, Sherry. That's awesome. I love our team very much. I love hanging out with each other, and I love that we support each other and encourage each other. It's awesome. Okay. All right, so here's my card so far, and now I want to, maybe I want to pull it down a little bit. No, it's too late now. We're leaving it. Here's my scrap. All right, so on my scrap, I'm coloring. I have just a little bit of, well, I first want to go put some red in there like that. I want to go a little bit of red here. Then I'm going to go with my, that was cherry cobbler, by the way. I said red, but it's cherry cobbler. And then this is pumpkin pie. That is the color of my card base, by the way. And then this is Daffodil Delight. Not worrying too much about staying in the lines because I'm about to cut this out. I feel like I want a little more red in here. I think I'm going to have to replace this cherry cobbler. I have a new one just waiting, but I don't want to replace it too soon. Okay. So I have my single leaf all colored, and I lost some more scissors. Where did it go? Had it way across the table from me. Okay, so this is just something I need to fussy cut. Sorry, I guess I can't talk while I'm cutting either. I did okay talking while I was coloring, shockingly. So you guys have to talk amongst yourselves, I guess. Sorry. Fortunately, it's a tiny little thing that I have to do, instead of some huge long thing that takes forever. Okay. So I have this pretty little leaf here, and somewhere, okay, dimensionals are lost again. All right, ooh, look at even the back's pretty. I put the lines of the veins of the leaf on it. All right, so I just need one dimensional. Put it on here. Okay, now I'm going to put this on that leaf that I just colored. And then, so this is why I chose, you guys know why I chose this? Can you figure it out? Especially those of you who know the stamp set. All right, I'm going to ink up my stamp. I'm double checking it here. Okay. You're 1 in a million. I love it. All right. Now on this one, it's kind of plain. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with this. I don't know that I'm going to do anything, but I feel like it needs a little something, but I can't think of what that is. I know, I'm going to do some, I have some paper pumpkin rhinestones that are part of the, hopefully they're in here. They're part of the holiday rhinestones. There's Night of Navy, Pool Party, Shaded Spruce, Cherry Cobbler, and Paper Pumpkin. We're going to add these. I'm going to put it right on the dots. Here. Oh, I don't want it there. One here. There. That's gonna do. And there we go. Oops, I'm kind of off camera, sorry. Okay, that's all the stamping that I'm doing, but I have a couple more samples to show you. Okay, so I'm gonna upside down you, put you backwards again, and here I am. I know that sounds weird to be dots, yes. I know it sounds weird to put you backwards, but that's how you can read what I'm stamping or anything that I'm showing. Okay, so first I'll show you these up close. So here's you're 1 in a million. Okay, so tell me, I basically used the same size for both, but I just pulled, I think I must have put the white on top instead. Which one do you like better? You like the one that has a lot of designer paper, or you like the one that has kind of it's split between the two, kind of half and half white and half designer paper? Which is your favorite? Okay, so there's that one. I'll show you this one again. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, and then, okay, so here's my favorite one. You like more DSP showing? Yeah, I like the dots too. Okay, this is my favorite one that I made. But obviously the more cuts that you do, the longer it takes, and I just didn't want to do this. Okay, so here's my, oh, I gotta get, that's my favorite. Thinking of you makes my day. So these are the Gilded Gems. The biggest one is on here. Oh, it bugs me. The color is just, that color is better, I feel like. So this is Mango Melody, the plaid from, okay, well, I guess that works out well that I did that for you guys. Plaid Tidings, Black, and Melon Mambo. That's what these are. Okay, so here's the one that I sort of went crazy on because I had in mind, excuse me. Yeah, I love those colors too. I had in mind like having the Cherry Cobbler with with the designer paper, and then I cut it the wrong way. So I'm loving the curves. Cute cards. Thank you. Okay, so here's my Christmas one. So I had in mind doing all three colors. Well, white, cherry cobbler, and the shaded spruce. But I didn't have in mind adding this, I don't think. I was going to put this behind the designer paper. Anyway, this was the first one that I cut wrong. so I cut the edge off. And anyway, and then to fill in my white space a little bit, I added the holiday rhinestones again. So I put green where there's more red, and then red where there's more green. Anyway, so that's that. Who is the winner? Of what? Of the machine or of the cards? Were you not here when I did my live winners? If you're talking my live winners from last week, it was Sherry and Marcia. Is that what you mean? I'll just have to wait. It's amazing how been watching, just got here late. Pretty cards. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. Okay, so I will make sure that I have item numbers and links and whatever for the bundles. Here's some more cards that are showing here. I love this one. It has all the dots and the waves going either way. I love it. So this variety bundle has everything. It has the and it's $70.50. You get the bundle. Thank you. You get the bundle, the Christmas set, and the designer paper, or you can get just the bundle of that will be in the next mini catalog, the Quite Curvy bundle, or you can get just the Curvy Christmas set, but then you won't have the dies to go with it. Okay. I don't know what yup, oh goodness is. So I answered your question. Is that what you're saying? Let's see, is there anything else? I have a class, a tags class. We're doing the tags buffet kit, and a card from each of those tags also. I haven't designed those yet. That will be on November 23, and the day that is, the registration date is November 10. So what is that? Is that Monday, Tuesday? Tuesday. I have a club Tuesday. So you have a week, basically, to sign up for that class if you're interested in that. I also have a Christmas Stamp-A-Stack again on Monday the 30th. I think there's a week longer that you have to sign up for that one, but you need to let me know. I feel like I don't have anything else that I can think of. So thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the sunshine. I love when I have the sun on my face. Better lighting, you know, all that. And it just feels good. And so that's all that I have for you. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you again next week. Bye.